Well, hello everyone. This is Kay Michelle from Lady Dragonfly Designs. I lost my signature. I'm so glad you stopped by. I have been, trying to work on my flip-flop journals. That ain't the way it goes. I lost where this goes. Does it go here? I think it goes here. Maybe. Not rightly sure. Anywho, welcome. As you can see, my little craft area moved from the bedroom to the kitchen. I will explain why here in a minute. But since my last video, if you recall, if you saw the video when I made all the flip-flop journals, or I was showing you them, oh, that was crazy. There's so many journals in there. But I took kind of not my cup of tea as far as pattern paper. This pretty pattern paper, it's just not my cup of tea. And I put them down on the envelopes just to make them sturdy, to make it a really good sturdy journal. And so I told you that I would probably cover this, okay? All right, so I don't have a job. I can't afford digis. I can't even afford a new pad of pattern paper. I don't even know how much they are these days. So anyway, as y'all know, I am cleaning and going through my craft corner and trying to clean out the closet because it's trying to go into the closet and I want it to stay in its corner. So I've been cleaning stuff out. Well, this was originally on a canvas panel, and what I had done here, I assume this was back in my mixed media days. Excuse me, I don't mean to lean, stretch. I used Distressed Crayons by Tim Holtz, and I had just made color marks on this panel. And then I took the Tim Holtz tissue and just glued it on there. Well, the other day, I hadn't seen this panel in forever, and the other day I pulled it out and I looked. Well, y'all done that look like a background digi kind of thing? I'm like, well, let me make a copy of it. So I made a copy of it. And this is not the full panel. It comes down more. Here, I took a landscape and a portrait, just, you know, for grins. You know, but look at that. I mean, look how cool that would look right there, you know? So I was like, okay. So I ran with this. And if you see how his tissue paper is, how you got music down here, and then this is like old paper, and this is like, I looked at it like it's a plan to make a cello or a dress or something, you know, just different components were just collaged kind of together to make this tissue paper. And then he put a butterfly, okay? Well, going with that, I found, I had gotten these, that's 6, excuse me. Yeah, 6x6 little papers. And if you look how, you know, what they did is like, here's a little book, piece of paper, another piece of paper, and just kind of stacked them and moved them and took the picture and look, and that could be a background. Well, I took it a step further. I have been playing since my last video big time. I needed to craft. And so I took a watercolor, got my watercolors out, and, you know, of course this used to be cream color, and I had one lady say that she, you know, that the neutral colors were okay, but she liked a little blast of color. And so I agree, and so I blasted that with some purple. This is a stamp I had. I was playing with my corner punches, and I just put some yellow on there. This, I think, was a no, this was actually, I had taken dictionary pages and just played with watercolor. But if you see how, this is perfect, and it's got little foreign writing and dictionary and color, that'd be perfect. A little too small, but, that's the kind of thing, so you can make it bigger, okay? What else did I do? Oh, I did this, and I did the same thing with watercolor, but note to self. Well, I had put a lot of water on this one, okay? And the pages had come up. I just put this together with a glue stick, so all I did was just grab the glue stick and re-glue it, so not a biggie. And then I got out some more stamps, saw my little fishy and seahorse. I also have seashells I'm going through. Let me get a sip of coffee. The weather has changed here. I'm not at my desk, can't tell you temperature. I can't even see if I'm in screen, so we're running with this, y'all. Y'all remember Jane Journal's video? I was totally displaced. I'm displaced too. Here I had a cute little stamp with the mermaid and some underground foliage. And then was playing with color, just playing. Okay, so I did color. Check that out. I've been just playing. This is a page out of a little old book that size. It's the same book. Here is a little dictionary page. It's from a dictionary, just a little itty bitty dictionary. Our daily bread. This is a little book that I also have that size. But you see, it's, so I was like, okay. All right, so we have that. What else do I have here? More dictionary. And this is Pilgrims in England. This is a little book this big. 80s. I don't know. But just a little old book. And you can even take the images, and cut them out and make a collage something and make a copy of it. Okay? This is a little book. I have several of them here. But, oh, snap. I lost. Okay. Nope, that ain't the one I did. Oh, snap. I've got a mess, y'all. And it ain't even on my desk. Oh, nope, that's a journal. Did I show it to you? Well, it's gotta be here. Here it is. I found it. Okay. So what I did is I just collaged, something. Of course, this isn't big, but it is big enough maybe to go over something. But if you see, I put a little blast of color using these pages out of the Baby Jesus book. And I love that font. Isn't that beautiful? And Leslie was working on the scripture, and I was also looking for that, and I thought, these pictures are just so amazing. So anyhow, all right, back to, honey, I've been working on all kinds of stuff. Yes, that is Era, story of the Pilgrims for Children, but that's just off paper. So is that, oh my gosh, what can we do with that? Oh my gosh, and the smell of old books. I used to stand in the library when I worked in library at junior high, and I would just, oh my gosh, the crinkly and that smell. And y'all, I'm allergic to mold, so, sometimes my allergies would have just gone off. Okay, so here's some book pages. And I already showed you dictionary and old book. Did I say book page? Music sheet, sorry. It is I am recording this like at 12:30 at night. It is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. Well, it was yesterday. This is Beetle Bailey, if anybody remembers that. But it's just, you know, a comic strip, you know. You can find some pictures. This is a Spanish Bible that my daughter and I found in her very first classroom. And that child was about to throw this in the trash. Yes, I had a coronary. So anyway, I have a Spanish Bible, you know, but that's really cool text. And then I have a notepad. Oh, and of course I just ripped off the sheets, but it is somebody keeping a total, you know, of people. Pearly paid $150, Lynn Hill, February 1, paid $250, and just has names. And I have a whole thing of this, so I just took a couple of sheets out. But you could put that. Look how cool that looks, you know. And then here's the other page that I used from the Baby Jesus book. And here again, I just took some brown napkin and stamped these images. I had one torn somewhere. But, you know, you can tear it off and put it and make a collage, make a copy of the collage. Or use the collage if you can't have access to a copier. Here again, it was the back of a napkin. I got my leaf stamps out and colored. One trick, if you do have stamps on napkin, don't let it sit. Because if you watched people, Lindsay, the frugal crafter, is who I learned officially how to stamp, and which, you know, brand inks and all that kind of stuff. That's who I learned that from, was Lindsay, the frugal crafter. And she would tell you, you know, always store your ink pads upside down so all the ink is on top. And would tell you to, I don't know, of course I don't have my stamps with me, but you have your acrylic block and you have your stamp, and you take this and you do it like this instead of taking a stamp and stamping it like that. Anyhow. So anyway, all right, enough of the stamping class. But when you are stamping, and these are the colors of the little miniature archival ink little pads, but when you're stamping on tissue, because you know how you can take like a felt pen and touch tissue and how it just explodes because of the fibers, guess what? It does with stamps too. So when you want to stamp on a napkin, yes, it does do it on tissue paper as well. I do know that, or it's done it on me. Just take your stamp and just lightly stamp it. Because if you don't, if you hold it down, these are this stamp, all right? So I held it down. This is supposed to be the image, and that's what I came out with. Because see, all these, because it was a plaything, started out here and it was just a blob, and then a blob, and then finally I got it. And then here, you know, just very lightly, okay? So, oh, and isn't that picture cool? So anyway, back to, and then I found this. I thought that was cool. All right, so we have our stuff, all right? So you could do a background. I love this picture. Oh, there's the one no, it's not. Oh, there it is. Anywho, I hope I'm in camera. I can't even see. Oh, that thick paper. I always think it's too. And even if you don't want to like decoupage this, you can just tack it really lightly, you know. Put some music over here. Tuck this back here. You know, you got the dictionary page going on here. Oh, let's get some of that in here. I like that. I like that. That could be there. Let's see. Let's put in some words upside down. Like upside down. Bam. How simple is that? And you could just tack it down, or you can collage it if you like. Take that to the copier if you have one. If you don't, you can just collage it on and use your original. I was just thinking that if you have access to a copier, you could just, you know, have your original and make copies just like Digis. You know, once you buy the file, it's yours, and you can print it out as much as you want. But my goodness, look how easy that is. So there's my Digi. I had to put Era's blanket over. Well, actually, it's Sarah's baby blanket, but Era wanted to come up here. Okay, I was trying color, okay? And I was trying to keep in mind people who did not have any supplies. That's why I pulled out the, you know, the comic book, you know, just anything. Any old book, you know, I mean, shop your house. I shop my house or my little craft area and find all kinds of stuff. Here I was just playing with the ink pads and texture. Doesn't that look yummy? Oh, snap, y'all. Telling y'all a mess. Oh, that made a bigger mess. Am I on your screen? I hope I am. Okay. But isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. And of course, Scott's like, well, but isn't that like too much? You know, purple, pink. And I was like, well, it's not supposed to be like that, okay? So say you put your page down. I'm not at my desk, y'all. All right, okay, we'll just keep using this, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and tear this because I am going to use this picture. Be careful when you're tearing them. Okay, give it that torn look. Okay, so say we have our picture. Well, no, I want this full page, okay? So I want it up here, okay? And say I made a tuck or a pocket, maybe taller. Okay? Kind of like that, okay? And this is folded, you know, it's just this one panel or page, okay? And say, you know, you could put stuff there, but it gives it a color. It's not gonna be the whole entire page of color, you know. I mean, it will once you glue it down, but then you'll, you know, glue stuff on top of it. All right, so this was done with, remember Halloween, how I accidentally did the stencil, what was it? I put it under the page and I stenciled it. All right. Here, this is from Dollar Tree. It's rubber plastic, very thin, $1.25. These, oh snap, my favorite ones, and they get stuck. But these, oh, these are both from Dollar Tree as well, okay? These are my favorite. Okay, but like I said, I was playing, so let's move these all out of the way. This one, I didn't save it, did I? It was one of Tim Holtz Is it Tim Holtz? No, it's Sizzix. But this was one of his, I think this is one of his images. But anyway, it came in a set. And what I did is I put the paper on top of the embossing folder and did it old school, okay? So, here, let me see. Oh, this one came out cute. All right, so I went to town. Let's see, 1, 2. This one is done with Hearts Paper Studio, Hobby Lobby special, because you have the one that has the indent and the one that's the backwards. And so all I did was sit there and just with a colored pencil, okay? Even better if you have color pencils that are watercolor pencils. That's what this was. This was watercolor pencil. I did the stencil and then I just took a brush over it. How sweet is that? All right, now you can tell I was playing. This one actually came out to be the best one. Isn't that pretty? Okay, how did I do that? Oh, this one I was trying to find out if the indentation or the one that pops up was better. That's the indentation, that's pop up, so you can see. Okay, here is a beautiful lilac color. And it's one of these stencils, I couldn't even tell you. You know, and again, but I mean, you don't, and see, it's a script writing, which I don't have that one either. I only picked out the ones that worked the best, or the ones that I liked. But see how subtle color that is, and then with the font, and if you wanted to, oh snap, of course I'd grab something that's attached. You know, if you want to put some paper on it, you know, decorate it. That was this one, and all I did was put it here, and I took the little itty bitty ink pads, the inchies 1 by 1, and I just went over it, and it made that design. That's a pretty pink. Then I had some circles. This one I did with my colored pencil. This one I did with a very juicy ink pad. Another ink pad with this one. You can tell I like all the, and that's just so subtle. And here with the green. No, ink pad. But then I was thinking, well, maybe you don't have all those colors, ink pads, you know. Oh, where's my brown one? That's my favorite. Here it is. Oh, here's what I was showing Scott that, and these pictures would look lovely on this. So, if we had this journal, and we just didn't like that page, here, I'm doing it upside down, you know, you could put that up here. You can make a pocket to hide those if you wanted to. But then you have this, so say you cut it out, you know, so you don't have the whole, even though that's yummy, you could put a picture there and you have the background. Oh, God, I love that. I had so much fun doing these. This one is this Tim Holtz one, and this is done with colored pencil, because I was thinking, well, not everybody has all these ink pads, so you could do your colored pencil. Colored pencil, didn't that turn out yummy? Oh, I did start out this way first. This is my watercolor, and all I did was just start putting color down on the page, but that's bold, you know, compared to this. It's not as subtle, but, you know, still be used. I can use those with the National Geographic pictures. Same thing, here's some yellow, green, and I was trying to go off of this picture, how I did. That was my image that I was trying to focus on, was like, well, let's put something here and here, you know, just try to collage it to make a background. And here, This this one of these? Yes, it is. So this one is the stencil, and it's ink, okay? I mean, I get a whole big old stack. This is colored pencil, I believe. Might be ink, don't get me blind. I went crazy, y'all, just crazy. That's ink, ink. Ink with a little bit of watercolor. I was playing. Oh, look at that yumminess. Ooh. Yes, Sarah, we all hear you. Here I got my watercolor, and it was the aquamarine metallic, and then I was just playing. But you know, if you wanted to veer to the mixed media side, you could put some gesso over that. Or again, you know, you can, if you have it, you can put a picture, you know, then it turns into a background. Very simple. Here I like this because that got more subtle. I had to add a lot of water to my paints. And I think that's ink. Might be a pencil. Not rightly sure. Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of ink in that one because I did try, and it does look better dry than wet, but see how dark that is? But I can still, okay. And I just went to town. Oh, we got more. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. I embossed it. Embossed the page, and then went over, this is pencil. So I just went over it with a pencil. Remember how we used to do in school? Well, I used to. The teacher, we'd get our crayons, and she would give us something bumpy, or we'd go outside and like do the sidewalk or something to that effect, but same theory. Just making sure. I was ripping that book apart. Okay. And so that's basically what I did. Here, let me show you. Okay, so I mean, just and it doesn't necessarily have to be an embossing thing. If you have anything that makes an impression, you know, grab just. My daughter got me these, just simple set of colored pencils, Crayola colored pencils. How simple is that? And then I just moved it up some more. Doesn't that just make such a cool background? I just love it. Okay, see? How simple. Okay, and then if it was a watercolor one, I need a book page. I can't find a book page. Okay, all right. So, all right. So y'all get the gist of what I've been playing with. Okay, so I'm going to sit here and try to decide what I want on this page. I just wanted to show y'all. I didn't really necessarily, oh, that's cute. And I'm not at my desk. I do have a paintbrush though. I do have a little bottle of water. Okay, I got a smaller paintbrush. Honey, true crafters can compromise. Okay, it's a watercolor pencil or brush for watercolors. And, oh, it's already loaded with yellow. Thank God this is blue, because yellow and blue make green. Oh, and that just, look at that happy accident. Isn't that pretty? And that's all I did. Just kind of smear it over. Not looking for perfection at all. Just, you know. All right. So anyhow, all right. So that's color pencils, watercolor pencils, inks, your stamps, embossing folders. Okay. There's one thing I have to show you. Okay. This is a hot mess where it was packaged in some straw stuff. Anywho, these are sold at grocery stores. These are those disposable, they're big, and you can lay them on top of the grill and use these to grill on. I guess disposable grill, if that's what you want to call it. I don't know what they call it. But anywho, did I see this as a barbecue thing? No, I saw this as a texture thing. All right, so say you don't have embossing folders, you don't have stamps or anything. This works. This makes beautiful, okay? And I'm just gonna get out my texture on my pencil. Oops, be careful. Don't go crazy. But look at that. Just like when we were a kid. Real simple. And if you do it with the watercolor, you come out with that effect. Okay? This is something we all get. Produce bag. Any of them will do. I mean, your onions, your tomatoes, whatever. Okay? Watch. How simple is that? Something you have to buy at the store. It's gonna give you texture. Oh, gorgeous. All right, y'all, let's play. Okay, how long have I been going? 32 minutes. Oh dear. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. I wanted to put something down on this page, but I wanted to play and show y'all all the things I learned. God, I got a mess going up on this kitchen table. All right, let's see. I do like that. I need to glue that down. I did bring my clip, glue my scissors. So, I hope everybody's well. Let me give you, look, that ain't even working. Let me give you an update on what's going on here. Last video, I don't have a pen. I got a pencil. Do not do this. This is just in desperation. I'm not at my desk, so I don't have a pen. Okay. You're not gonna work, are you? I'm sad. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got some. Oh look, I got a little baby folder in my. I'll tell y'all, if I don't see it, I don't know I have it. Anyway, last we spoke, last Friday. Oh, a week ago. Cute. You gonna come out? Oh, I don't have a stick pen because I'm not at my desk, y'all. Okay, glue stick it is. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just knocked y'all out. So I told you Scott was still hobbling around. Oh, I put that down with the glue stick too. That's why I didn't stick them really good because I did them real fast. So we went Friday. He went Monday. They wanted a CT scan of his foot to make sure he had good blood flow because a toe has to come off. And so we went, let's see which one of these. I really like this one. We had to see if he had good blood flow. Okay. And, all right, it's a whirlwind. So Monday was CT scan. And they said, we will send this to the podiatrist and the next thing will be to schedule outpatient surgery. It's like, wow, okay. Well, the podiatrist only comes to this town every Wednesday, okay? So we did everything we had to Monday, and I was playing Tuesday because I knew, you know, I wasn't gonna sit there and wait for the phone to ring. My God, see how dirty I got that? I wasn't gonna sit there and wait for the phone to ring. And so Tuesday I just did all this and played, and sure enough, the doctor's office called, and the podiatrist is in town Wednesday. Have him at the emergency room 6:30 in the morning for outpatient. Okay, so I had him at the emergency room Wednesday morning, 6:30, and they took him in, and shoot, he was out, I guess, by 10:30 or so. They took the toe off, and I guess she assumed he was a diabetic, but nobody ever told us he was diabetic, so as far as we know, he's not. That came out cute. I like that. Now I need to do the other ones in other colors. And, oh, that's pretty. I do like that. Oh, and it goes with that purple star. Oh, but I like the torn look. Okay. So, he got out of surgery. Oh my gosh, and when I got back there, you know, nurse came out of outpatient, and she's like, hi, be your nurse, the waiting room's right there, and I'm gonna take him back and get him ready, and blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, you know, they've got their mask on and their little caps and everything, and this girl goes, oh, Michelle, how are you? And she just comes up to me and hugs me, you know. It is 6-something in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so I'm just like, oh my God, who is attacking me? Well, it turns out her name's Michelle as well, and she's our neighbor. She lives across from Jane's place. And, oh, I was so happy because, y'all, Scott's not a good patient. And, you know, you've heard those men, and, you know, I don't know. They can cause a scene in an emergency room or in a medical setting. Just saying. My late husband did. We won't discuss it. Oh, that came out cute. I like that. Oh, I'll put that there. I can't even figure out. Okay. Now, I'll put washi, hidden things, collage. Ooh, collage. All right, let's do collage real quick, and then I'm going to end it. I just wanted to come on and, you know, because I left it as, you know, his foot has to come off, and kind of left it like that. So our neighbor comes out and gives me a big old hug, and I am just totally relieved. And I'm like, okay, she knows him, he knows her. Of course, he didn't recognize her, and it's like, Chad and Michelle. And I knew she worked there. I guess, you know, everything going on, I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. But I knew she'd make him behave. And so we finally got him out, got him to the car, went and got some gas, and they're working on the road, so we had to stop. And the lady calls from the hospital, we forgot to get an x-ray, can you bring him back real quick? Y'all are lucky I didn't leave town. So we hadn't left town, and that's cute. And so I got him back, and they got the x-ray they wanted, and said, well, I want to see him Friday. And I was like, okay. And I was telling her, I was like, well, you gotta give him some pain medication, because I'm not taking him home without pain medication, because y'all, ain't happening. That's for my own sanity. You know, I mean, I know he's in pain, but And she said, I gave him a block. It'll last 3 days, and I want to see him on Friday. I'm like, leap of faith there, because this is the first time I met this woman. I've heard of her, but, first time I met this doctor. I'm like, all right. If not, you're going to be hearing from me. And it's going to be an emergency. And so I bring him home, and he sleeps. It was so pretty. We all came home, and I got on the couch with the doggies. He got in the bed with the doggies, and he slept in the bed. Oh, it was the most wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm gonna use that. I just did that, and it's just calling me. So we came home Wednesday, and everybody just fell out. And it was so wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna put some washing. I don't think I have any washing. I should have little credit. Sorry. I should have little credit cards, but I guess they're in the other part of my craft bag. I just grabbed stuff. I'm gonna put something right there. My glue's not working. We'll have to come back to it. All right, let me glue this. Just to show the transformation from totally busy, because that is busy. It's very pretty. I like the colors, I like the font, but it is busy. You know, back in the 80s, I would have been excited about that, but, you know, I've got Mr. Red here. We'll call him Mr. Red. Itsy Betty's in the other room, but I found, I lost the other one. Oh, Lord. Okay, here it is. Isn't that cute? I like that. It's a Westcott. I have had this sucker for years, since the 80s, 90s. Ugh. How time flies. Let's see. Yep, gonna do it. So, anywho, so we came home, went to sleep. He slept, got some sleep, no pain. Oh, bliss. I had a walker from a previous injury I had, and so I got him the walker, and he was using that. He took a shower this morning, which is Friday. Started having pain, and I'm like, oh no, don't you have pain until 12 o'clock when we're in the doctor's office, and then she can deal with you. And so we got there at 12, and a storm was coming down. Our cold front was supposed to blow in, and but took it off, and you don't have no pinky toe. It was kind of weird. And I'd heard of the word neuropathy. I can't say it, y'all. Neuropathy. I can't say it. Anywho, we looked it up because she said that he had that. And boy, she got out the little Dremel tool, you know, what they use at the nail places. And I mean, was just going at his feet. Calluses, just all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And I was still kind of, you know, the toe's not there. And, you know, looks really good and everything. And so she took all the bandage off, checked it out. She was happy. The outpatient didn't give us cream. She wrote a script for that. And she wrapped it up and told him, you know, any pain medication, take some Tylenol. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope you're right. Because, you know, we live out in the middle of nowhere. And if you're in pain, you know, it ain't a simple trip to run to the doctor's office. I did end up calling the nurse today, excuse me, and leaving a message and see if they could call in something a little stronger. Okay, so, but bottom line, we are home, but he is in bed, and that's why I've been kicked out of the bedroom into the kitchen. Excuse me. Because before he was pacing, and he was in here, and I was in the bedroom. Excuse me. Oh, well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to go take my evening allergy medicine. Goes like that. All right, so here you go. All right, we'll cover that up, but you open it out like that. And that's one signature. And here is your flip out. Wow, that looks so much better. You know, like I said, you know. Excuse me, I don't know where all it's allergies because of the cold front. But, you know, you put something top or, you know, even, you know, something like that. And, you know, whatever. You don't have to have all the expensive supplies to make a journal, you know? And this is so much personal because, you know, I made that. You know, even though they're book pages, you made something and you put it in there. Oh, don't you love that? I gotta grab that little book. And this picture, I just absolutely, I'm gonna have to go through the book and tear out all these pictures. That is just so cool. All right, y'all. Okay, so Scott's doing fine. He goes back next Wednesday. God help us. And for right now, he's doing good. He's eating. They gave him antibiotics, and that got rid of the infection. I have been playing. I'm going to work in the flip-flop journals. I want to do another video. I'm going to, I guess, try to do tomorrow if I can get back to my desk. I found some more fall stuff, and so I wanted to work on my fall journal. And before I put that drawer up, I have 4 dresser drawers for the season. And before I put fall up and get winter out, I wanted to work in that journal just a little bit. I'm behind. Everybody else is doing Christmas. I'll grab my Christmas stuff out and do that. So, anywho, let me see if I like this video, and if I do, I'll post it. If not, what a bust. Okay. Oh, dear. Is that, okay, that's a glue stick. I thought it was a lid. All right. I hope where y'all are, you're safe and happy and warm. If you're down here, the cold front's hit. Yay. I am totally loving it. Thank you for stopping by. If you liked this video, got inspired, learned something, hit the thumbs up. Come and join me on my crazy creative journey. I would love for you to come along and just have fun with me and learn all this stuff, and know that you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. So until next time, much love from Texas. Bye, y'all.